Hello and welcome class 11 Commerce. Today in this class we are going to discuss about a new chapter of business studies syllabus, that is insurance. Yes, insurance is our today's chapter that we are going to start. We are going to discuss about the definition and the concept of insurance, and then slowly we will move on to the functions of insurance. Now, what is insurance? We all know that human life is full of risk and uncertainties, and these uncertainties can cause huge damage or loss to human lives or human properties. We cannot overcome these risks. These risks and uncertainty include death or disability of human life or property. Now, this risk can be minimized. This risk can be reduced. They can be reduced with the help of this insurance, which is a guarantee that will compensate for the loss to some extent. So what insurance is? Insurance is nothing but it can be defined as a written contract. It can be called as a policy in which one party agrees in return for a consideration to pay a specified amount of loss to the other party. So definition of insurance is a written contract. It is a written valid contract whereby one party who is called insurer agrees one party agrees in return for a consideration to pay specified amount of loss to the other party. Specified amount of loss to the other party. This is what insurance is. It is a policy which covers up the loss to a certain extent. A group of people who are subjected to an insurable risk contribute regularly to the insurer, and the fund so-called created is utilized to compensate the loss of the unfortunate few members of group who actually suffers the loss. Now we slowly come to the functions of insurance. This insurance has got a lot of functions. Insurance plays a very important role in the modern business. So what are the functions? The first function of insurance is providing certainty. So first function is providing certainty. What this point actually means, providing certainty. Now the most important function of insurance is that it provides certainty payment for the loss. The insurer charges premium and guarantees the payment of a specified amount as given in the definition. You can see a specified amount for the loss is paid by the insurer to the insuree, to the insured person for the loss that he has suffered. To some extent his loss can be reduced, for which he has to regularly pay premium to the insurer. This is what all about the contract is. So first is providing certainty. A guarantee is there, a certain amount of compensation, a certain amount of indemnification. Again, a new term you have learned, indemnification. Indemnification means compensation. A certain amount of compensation is paid to the one who has suffered, to the unfortunate member who has suffered the loss. So this is the first point of function, providing certainty. Next is diffusion of risk. Second function of insurance is diffusion of risk. Second function is diffusion of risk. The burden of risk or loss is distributed among large number of persons who are called insured. When the insured suffers a loss, the insurer pays him the compensation for the loss. Such a loss is not actually paid by the insurer himself. He only distributes the loss. suffered by the insured person among the other persons who are exposed to similar kind of risk and have insurance against such risk. The people pay premium to the insurance company, and out of that premium fund created in the company, from that the compensation is paid to the one who has suffered the loss. So in this way the risk is diffused. In this way the risk can be reduced. So second function of insurance is reducing the risk of loss. Now third is capital formation. Third function is capital formation. This is the third function. Insurance companies collect huge amount of funds in the way of insurance premium. The companies invest these funds in industries and corporate sectors. The one who is subjected to risk, that is the party, that is the one party who is called the insured, he pays regular premium to the insurance company. So a huge amount, in this way many people who are subjected to risk pay regular premium to the insurance company through the insurer. Now these money collected by the insurance company, these huge capital collected by the insurance companies, are invested in the corporate sector, in the industrial sector. This is the usage of this money. In the name of premium, a huge amount of capital is collected, a huge amount of capital is formed, and then it is collected from different affected parties, the parties who are subjected to risk, and these monies are utilized. How utilized? They are given as a loan in the corporate sector or in the industrial sector. So capital formation is another important function of these insurance. Now we come to the next function, that is facilitating foreign trade. Facilitating foreign trade. Facilitating foreign trade. Foreign trade, that is multinational trade. This is another function, that is heavy risks are involved in sending goods from one country to the other country by ship or by aeroplane. Insurance facilitates imports and exports by providing protection against such risk. I have told you previously also that not only human lives, human properties are also subjected to risk. When goods are sent from one country to the other country during the export-import process, during the export-import trade, in that case what happens? Those goods are subjected to risk. So insurance companies come forward and they help the parties and help the parties to suffer against any kind of loss during the transit. They provide insurance, they provide insurance facilities. In this way that directly they help the import-export trade. So this is another function of insurance. Next we come to the next function, that is better utilization of capital. Number 5 is the better utilization of capital. This is the next function of utilization of better utilization of capital. This is the next function of insurance, and according to this function what happen is, in absence of insurance facility, the businessman will have to maintain large reserves to meet the contingency. It is not possible for any businessman to maintain a large reserve so that he can compensate from the reserve if he face any kind of loss. But this is not possible for any businessman to maintain these kind of large reserves. So insurance companies come forward to help this. Insurance companies, in absence of insurance facility, the businessman has to do it, but insurance avoids the need to keep the huge funds as reserves, because insured gives compensation at the time of loss occurred. The reserves can be utilized in productive activities also. Insurance facilities helps the businessman to utilize their reserves and funds in the production, in the productive activities, and rather whatever insurance company has received as a premium, that can be utilized as a compensation if the affected person or the affected business is suffering from any kind of loss. So these are the important functions of insurance. Apart from these functions, you can add few other functions from the book also if you want to. But I think these are the main functions that can be written in the answer if you are asked to write the functions of insurance company. So this is the definition and function of insurance company. And with this I end up this class today. In my next class I am going to continue with another topic of this insurance. So till then, goodbye.